Peace. Today's mathematics is born, which is the number 9. So today I wanted to share some perspective on today's mathematics, but also the process of how we apply these principles to life. In chemistry, compounds are substances that are composed of elements. So if you're looking at the number 9 through the lens of chemistry, consider it as a compound. And then also ask yourself the question, if this is a compound, what elements or what components come together to create the number 9? In our mathematics, we say that 9 represents born. So by definition, we say that born means to manifest or to bring into existence completely. So 2 of those elements, we can say, are the numbers 1 and 8, because 1 and 8 equals 9. In our mathematics, 1 and 8 represents knowledge to build or destroy. So ask yourself this question. If I'm striving to bring anything into existence completely or to make something manifest, it's going to require me to have knowledge of how to build or destroy. Things that I need to add on to be a part of this process and things that I need to take away. I need to know how to construct something as well as deconstruct something, because this is critical or important elements to the process of manifestation. Here are 2 other elements, 2 and 7, because 2 and 7 equals 9. In our mathematics, 2 represents wisdom, 7 represents God. Wisdom means right discernment. God is the Most High. God is the supreme being. God is also the creator. So if you think about creation or manifesting anything or bringing anything into existence, it's important to have right discernment, especially the highest form of right discernment. So that's what wisdom God actually is. So where could you get that from? The chronology of the human family is important to study and investigate, because when you look at the history of man, woman, and child, you can see various different expressions of wisdom that is in its highest form. That is wisdom of God. So we can't manifest or bring anything into existence if we don't have these key elements of wisdom and God. You also have 3 and 6, because 3 and 6 equals 9. 3 is understanding, 6 is equality. Understanding, or being able to see things for what they are, not what they appear to be, or having clarity, and a sense of homeostasis, balance, sustainability, fairness. These are key elements in terms of bringing anything into existence. Think about striving to create something that you don't see its possibilities, or you don't understand how to balance that in your life. So understanding equality is also important when it comes to bringing anything into existence, because you have to have a sense of clarity and sober-mindedness, along with a sense of balance and homeostasis. Lastly, you have 4 and 5, because 4 and 5 equals 9. 4 in our mathematics represents culture, 5 represents power. So you can see when it comes to manifesting anything or bringing anything into existence, culture, or a way of life, or a sense of routine and discipline, and all of the various different other people activities that represents how you live, and access to power and resources are critically important elements when it comes to bringing anything into existence or making something manifest. Think about striving to produce something, but you don't have the proper culture to align yourself with when it comes to bringing that into existence. There are a lot of people that say they want certain things in life, but when you see how they live right now, their culture or their way of life doesn't align with what it is that they say they want in their life, whether that's a relationship, whether that is certain forms of success. So culture, or your way of life, is critically important, as well as its proximity to power. Power not only being the truth, but also influence and resources. So these are also critical elements when it comes to manifesting anything or bringing something to existence. So this is just a simple breakdown of how we oftentimes apply these principles to life. And again, when you look at 9 through the lens of chemistry as a compound, all compounds are comprised of various different elements. And it's important for us to understand those combination of elements in order to properly apply ourselves to bring anything into existence. So I will, this was inspiring, it was empowering, it was educational, and just gave those of you a simple breakdown on how we see today's mathematics, in part because people see mathematics in various different ways, but the ultimate goal is how can you apply these principles to your life and live them out, and to be honest about the results that you get. So, peace.